problem for many of us.
Yeah.
One of the criticisms that, and it comes from outside of Hoboken, but somebody who works in Hoboken mentioned it to me, and the fact is, there's not a lot of street parking, and yet you have these parking structures that largely go unused.
Yeah.
How do you encourage people to start using those facilities, and what other means are at your disposal to improve parking or make people use other means of transportation?
That is probably the biggest loaded question, right, for Hoboken. And again, I kind of go back to we just have not taken ever a strategic approach to, like a holistic citywide approach to parking issues. We kind of take things on a one-off basis, but one impacts another. You know, we did citywide parking meters. We attempted to raise parking rates to make them a little bit more rational for our location relative to New York City. We have our municipal parking garages that are only a couple in the city on our website, but we don't even refer to all of the private parking garages that are, citywide. We don't have partnerships with our private parking garages to do what we can to maybe get discounts for Hoboken residents. There's a lot that we should be talking about, but on more of a holistic basis. And we have to weigh the bringing more cars into Hoboken versus the need for parking, right? There are kind of two schools of thought. If you build parking garages, then people will come with more cars. The other school of thought is if you don't build parking, they're going to come anyway, and they're going to park on the street, and they're going to be competitive. And I actually don't know the answer to that, but I feel as though as part of this special improvement district, one of probably the most important aspects that we're going to look to partner with the city is trying to understand how we can have a partnership around parking, so we can attract people to come shopping and to come to our restaurants and be able to support our local businesses, but give them a place to park more affordably, or to park more affordably. So I think once we have this special improvement district, we're actually going to be able to have that more of a strategic approach. The benefit of having a citywide special improvement district will be having that advocate that can sit down and say, we've done an inventory of all of the private garages, and how about we do something with the city where if you validate parking and we have kind of a comprehensive parking plan and bring all of those resources kind of together to bear. So it's a really complex project or a complex issue that touches so many aspects of Hoboken, and it really requires kind of looking at the whole thing holistically. And that's something, quite frankly, that's something that I advocated for to be part of our master plan re-exam process a year ago, and they chose not to do a deep dive into that. So we missed our opportunity there.
Now, one of the interesting things about Hoboken is that each of these elections, the word civility tends to pop up. Yeah. And this election's no different. There's a lot of an undercurrent of anger and